An urban legend is a genre of folklore comprising claims or horror stories circulated as true. These legends can be entertaining but often concern mysterious or troubling events, such as disappearances and strange objects or entities. In the past, urban legends were most often circulated orally. However, they can also be spread by any media. This includes newspapers and most often social media. With no time to spare, let's explore the bizarre mysteries that await. Number 5. The Hookman, an urban legend that began circulating widely in the 1950s. There are many variations, but the basic story is the same. It begins with the couple driving through an unknown part of the country late at night and stop in the middle of the woods because either the man has to urinate or the car breaks down and the man leaves for help. While waiting for him to return, the woman turns on the radio and hears the report of an escaped mental patient.
Emergency alert. A curfew is in effect for all residents of the greater Los Angeles area. A highly dangerous patient escaped from the state hospital earlier this morning. He was last seen armed with a metal hook.
She is then disturbed many times by a thumping on the roof of the car. She eventually exits and sees the escaped patient sitting on the roof, banging her man's severed head on it, and blood dripping all down from the roof. The hook killer is shrouded in mystery, but he has an appearance that makes him recognizable within the legend. He appears as an old man with a beard and a raincoat, and rain hat much like that of a fisherman. He has a hook for one hand, and his face is never seen, and he is at most only seen as a silhouette. The hook killer is also an inspiration for the serial killer in the popular film I Know What You Did Last Summer, and is considered one of the most famous urban legends of all time.
Damn psycho killer.
The hook killer is also the primary inspiration of hash-slinging slasher in SpongeBob SquarePants, a fictional vengeful spirit that Squidward told in a story to freak SpongeBob out. Interestingly, both of them replaced their hands with sharp object. However, the only difference is that hash-slinging slasher replaced his hand with spatula.
There are two problems with your theory. Get away from me! Oh, he's gonna flip me! Get away! SpongeBob! No matter what I've said.
Number 4. The Slenderman. The Slenderman is a fictional supernatural character that originated as a creepypasta internet meme created by Something Awful forum user Eric Knudsen, also known as Victor Surge, in 2009.
When I started doing the posts and the pictures, I was just impressed that the people in the thread itself thought it was really cool and interesting, and really never expected it to go out of the thread. I think someone even in the thread remarked like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if we put these out there and people thought they were real because it's so interesting and unique and strange. And then a few other people started doing their own Slenderman posts. And then
he is depicted as a thin, unnaturally tall humanoid with a featureless white head and face, wearing a black suit. Stories of the Slender Man commonly feature his stalking, abducting, or traumatizing people, particularly children. The Slender Man has become a pop culture icon. Fiction relating to the Slender Man encompasses many media, including literature, art, and video series such as Marble Hornets, wherein he is known as the Operator. The character has appeared in the video game Slender, The 8 Pages, and as well as inspiring the Enderman in Minecraft. One of the fundamental issues facing Slender Man investigators is the fact his appearance is subjective, with reports varying from area to area. However, the widely agreed upon appearance is of a pale, emaciated male figure with a height of between 7 and 9 feet tall and no facial features. The Slender Man has a highly varied arsenal of supernatural powers and abilities. He is immortal, having lived for at least 11,000 years without end. and any wounds inflicted on him instantly heal. Number 3. Teke Teke, a Japanese urban legend about the ghost of a schoolgirl who is said to have fallen onto a railway line where her body was cut in half by a train. She is a vengeful spirit who lurks in urban areas and around train stations at night. Since she no longer has a lower body, she travels on her hands, dragging her upper torso and making a scratching or teke teke-like sound. If she encounters an individual, she will chase them and slice them in half at the torso, killing them in such a way that mimics her own disfigurement. Teke Teke was originally a human called Chizo, who was bullied or raped, which caused her to jump off a train station onto the tracks. Chizo was then cut in half by an incoming train. She barely survived due to the cold weather. Chizo crawled to a person for help, but upon seeing her disfigurement, they left her to die. Her vengeful spirit now stalks the streets of Japan. There is no way to get away from or defeat the Teke Teke, as the creature is nearly fast and impossible to escape from. Number 2. La Llorona, or the Crying Woman in English, is a Mexican vengeful ghost who is said to roam near bodies of water mourning her children, who she drowned in a jealous rage after discovering her husband was cheating on her. A beautiful woman named Maria marries a rich and handsome man to whom she bears 2 children. One day, Maria sees her husband with another woman, and in a fit of blind rage, she drowns their children in a river, which she immediately regrets. Unable to save them and consumed by guilt, she drowns herself as well, but is unable to enter the afterlife, forced to be in the hell loop and roam this earth until she finds her children. The legend of La Llorona is deeply rooted in Mexican popular culture. Her story is told to children to encourage them not to wander off in the dark and near bodies of water such as rivers and lakes alone. La Llorona is also seen as the main antagonist of the 2019 horror film The Curse of La Llorona, the 6th entry in the Conjuring universe. Hey there, if you're enjoying the content so far, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribe to stay updated on what's coming next. Number 1. Bloody Mary. Sometimes referred to as Hell Mary, is a spirit in English folklore and an urban legend. This legend is one that has fascinated most young people for generations. It was likely inspired by real-life English Queen Mary Warren of England, who was nicknamed Blood Mary due to the hundreds of people she had burned at the stake during her rule from 1553 until her death in 1558. According to the legend, Bloody Mary is the ghost of an unhappy woman who either committed suicide due to having her baby stolen or was accused of murdering her children. This turned her spirit mad with grief or anger, and she would haunt the world via the use of mirrors. Bloody Mary will appear if a brave or foolish soul chants her name saying, "Bloody Mary," 3 or more times next to a mirror in complete darkness at midnight.
Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary.